It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Nation TV. It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Nation TV. And we're coming to you live from CB Gitty. It's the Gitty Gang Show.
Gitty Gang Show.
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 It's the Gitty Gang Show on Cigar Nation TV. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Gitty Gang Show for this week. I got Kim Starling and Tyler Foss with me. Glenn Watt's still on vacation somewhere in the beautiful, warm southern area of the East Coast. Hope you like that new lead-in, that new intro we got there. Mr. Nick Lanciano, our intrepid producer, put that together over the last few weeks, and it gives us a little bit more of a chance to get ready to know we're really live when we think we are. And so, anyway, thank you all for tuning in this week. This is the Down Home show. I got Kim and Tyler to help me do some singing. Well, to carry most of the load on the singing, to be honest. But we got some good old songs picked out this week to sing and play for you. Hopefully, if you're so inclined, if you got your 3-string or 4-string cigar box guitar handy, you can play and sing along with us.
Some of them have.
Some of you may already have the Cigar Box Guitar Hymnal released this week. I've been working on this diligently for about the last few weeks. However long it's been since the last songbook came out. That's how long I've been working on this. And even longer. 57 hymns, a number of which we're going to be doing today. I've got the list. We just did a little run-through practice of them. I've got the broadcast pulled up here so I can see some of your comments. Rob Robles saying we need a little more volume. So yeah, still kind of getting the kinks out of this sound system here. Yeah, that looks a little stronger. Let us know how that sounds, Rob. Once we get singing, it'll get louder too. Martin Shute out there, he won one of the amplifiers a couple of weeks ago. Congratulations, Martin. Fred Kuntz out there from Nashville, good to see you, buddy.
Hi, Fred. So
this hymnal, it's 140 some pages. It's got the song tablature, it's got the chords, it's got the lyrics, it's got pretty much everything you need. We're going to be using them here on stage today because we don't have every single one of these memorized.
No.
It's also got some great how to play information, how to play the songs, the chord forms that are used so you can strum along. All sorts of good stuff. How to read and play tablature. All that good stuff. So, hey, why don't we pick one from our magic list here.
Sounds
Now that
good.
you talked about the hymnal, we should sing one in the hymnal.
Yeah, we'll start with one from the hymnal. How about Michael Row the Boat Ashore?
There you go.
All right.
This hymnal is a mix of true hymns. It's a mix of African American spirituals, some carols, some Christmas carols, the more hymn-like of the carols. None of the secular ones are in here. But so here is Michael Row the Boat Ashore in the key of C. Michael row the boat ashore, hallelujah. Michael row the boat ashore, hallelujah. Tyler Foss. Sister, help him trim the sail, hallelujah. Sister, help him trim the sail, hallelujah. River is deep and the river is wide, hallelujah. River is deep
side. Hallelujah. Milk and honey on the other side. Hallelujah. Jordan's river is deep and cold. Hallelujah. Jordan's river is deep and cold. Hallelujah. Chills the body but not the soul. Hallelujah. Chills the body but not the soul. Hallelujah. Michael row the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael row the boat ashore. Hallelujah.
All right, that's a good start, I think. That was on page 125 of your hymnals, folks.
Sit.
Turn in your hymnals.
Sit.
Stand.
Now you should tell them that you do it in you've translated it into different keys, not that particular.
Well, that one is
but
actually
some of them are in
presented.
multiple keys.
Well, that one is. They're both on the same page there, the key
Oh,
of
I
C
see.
and the key of G. And here's why I do that. A lot of these songs I give in two different keys because we were singing that in the key of C. Now, you could play it with one finger chords if you wanted to. I was doing the actual chord, you know, the fingerings that I show here in the book. Now, I also present it in G. Now, if we tried to sing it in that, it'd be a good bit lower.
Yeah.
Michael row the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael row the boat ashore. Hallelujah.
A little bit,
a little
low
low,
for
a little
us,
bit
but
down in the gutter there.
it's all
But
right.
for a soprano, singing it
Well,
on
I
the
was gonna
high.
say, if I was singing-
Michael row the boat ashore.
Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah.
So if you were going to lead that,
I
you'd
would
probably
prefer
want it in
G.
G. So
Right.
that's why there's multiple keys in
Look
here.
at the versatility.
All
right.
boy.
Of the Cigar box guitar hymnal volume 1. Look at that.
Woo!
It's fabulous.
Already at work on volume 2, Cutter. Nothing heavy. But there's a lot more hymns to go, and it takes a lot of time to get all this laid out because I don't want to say making it up as I go because, of course, the songs already
No.
exist, but figuring out what chords to use and what sounds the best.
That's right.
It's all in there. So Dale Puckett says he didn't know that was a hymn. Well, it's a spiritual. Now, of the African American descent, the African American peoples, when they were brought over to this country, many of them as slaves, came up with their own collection of songs, some of them based on older African songs. They kind of worked in Christian motifs, and a lot of them had to do with crossing over. A lot of them have to do with freedom and being set free, and it's tied in with the Christian motifs, but also a lot of them with, you know, the idea of desperately wanting freedom. So, yeah, it's not a true hymn in the classical sense, but it is a spiritual, and this book has both.
There you go.
Say hello to Louis Lamanna out there. Always good to see you. Henry Lohman. Good to
Hi,
see you. Jim
Henry.
Burt. All of our regular folks out
Jim
there are
Burt.
watching. We're happy to see you.
Roll Tide, Jim Burt.
Roll Tide, Jim Burt. All right. So we've got a couple of pre-recorded features to show you today. One of them is a new, what were we going to call it? What's the deal with Spiel?
What's the deal with
Shane's
Spiel?
World.
What,
What's the
Shane's
deal with
World
Spiel?
or
Shane's World.
What's the deal with Spiel? He's got something he's put together for us, so airing that for the first time today. And then Kim Starling and I, 2 days ago?
Yes.
2 days ago, sat down on this very stage, you got one handy?
I do.
To make a video demo using this and another frame drum, which are now available for sale on CB Gitty, built by master drum maker Dale Vision, who helps out here in the CB Gitty shop as well.
This particular one has already sold.
We think. It's pending. But by
Pending.
God, pending. If
Pending.
somebody wants it, get on there and buy it, and it's yours.
But I'm going to play it before she takes it away.
Yes. Maggie might still want it. We're not sure. But
Maggie,
if you want it, by God, get on there.
I got something to pay for us.
That's not in this thing. There are no Rod Stewart originals.
That's for another show.
Yeah, the Rod Stewart show. So we're gonna, I think, play the frame drum one in the second or third half of today's show, and the Shane Spiel in the
Third half.
the third half of today's show.
Oh, it's going to feel like there are
See?
6 halves.
I like Tyler Foss. He laughs.
If you
at my
remember the
jokes.
last time the three of us were on the stage together, it went on and on.
There was a
and
lot
on.
more.
It was a 4-hour epic.
There was a lot more libation involved there, and we had Patrick Boyle with us.
Yeah,
The
Tyler
force
did
of
not get a
nature
text to
himself.
bring beer this time.
Yeah, not this time.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's give them Will the Circle Be Unbroken. Now, this is another one, not a true hymn, and actually this isn't in the hymnal because it may or may not still be copyrighted. A.P. Carter claimed to have written at least some of it. Any song that is of questionable copyright status, I tend to leave out of these books. We had someone who bought a hymnal ask, or say they're a little disappointed. They were disappointed that I'll Fly Away is not in here. I'll Fly Away, written in the 1930s, still under copyright. Albert E. Brumley's estate still owns that. But we have that one available for free on cigarboxguitar.com.
You can see the comment and the link. Linked it in the comments.
The link's in the comments.
Links in the comments.
All right, so we're going to do Will the Circle Be Unbroken. Yeah, let's get it up on the stand there. I was standing by my window on one cold and cloudy day when I saw the hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Undertaker, Undertaker, oh Undertaker, please drive slow. For this body you are hauling, oh I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will I follow close behind her, try to hold out and be brave? But I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Went back home, Lord, home was lonesome. I missed my mother, she was gone. All my brothers, sisters crying, what a home so sad and
the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
All right, there you go.
There you go. It's right.
Hope you enjoyed that one. Again, that one is not a hymn, and it's not all that happy of a song if you listen to the words, if you read the lyrics. But it's such fun to sing.
It's a beautiful song.
It's
a
got
really
something about
beautiful song.
some of the old, and that's kind of the theme of this show, you know, the old home, going home, down home, some of the old songs that you might remember from way back sometimes have the most meaning to you, because of the memory, the nostalgia it brings with it. I realized while working on that song that it's the same basic chorus and chord structure as another old spiritual, Glory, Glory, Hallelujah, which I don't know all the words of, but it's glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burdens down. It's glory, glory, hallelujah, since I laid my burdens down. That's another good thing about some of these older songs, that the tunes have been used and reused, borrowed here and there over the years. So, and they're usually, a lot of these old hymns, especially on the Protestant side, in the Baptist communities and such like that, they were specifically written to be easy to sing. Simple note progressions, simple chord structures. They were written for the people.
For the people,
for the people to be able to sing.
I missed that.
Jim Burt says that a lot of churches don't play and sing the old songs anymore. And I was thinking about that the other day. That actually, as the subject of a potential song, the song title would be, does anyone play the old songs anymore?
Yeah.
Or does anyone sing the old songs anymore? Well, today, here on the Down Home show, the Down Home episode, we are singing and playing the old songs.
Well, this is going to have to be part of the way that, we keep all that tradition alive as best we can,
Well, through
this.
Through
and
books
this is
like this.
Right, and this is a help to keep that going.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to do it.
Somebody's got to.
That's right.
Might as well be us, huh? Well, part of my reason for creating these books, yes, it's a product that we sell and try to make a little money on, but getting people, getting everyone possible out there, not just building, but playing cigar box guitars and homemade instruments, making it as easy as possible. Here are songs that are well known. Some of us were raised with them, others maybe not, but as many songs as I can get out there in easily playable formats. It helps spread the word, I hope, and hopefully helps preserve some stuff that is drifting away, is fading away. So it looks like some folks are having some troubles out there with the broadcast. I'm sorry about that. I know Facebook is not everyone's favorite platform. For us, the reason we still do it, Facebook won't let us simulcast to YouTube at the same time as we broadcast to Facebook. Otherwise we would. We are going to try, I think, Nick, maybe you mentioned in there that we're going to try doing a live direct to YouTube one of these days and see how that goes. So thank you for bearing with us. I think this is a good point to let Shane Spiel have a good flying go at it here. So here's Shane talking about a shovel guitar.
Thanks, Gitty Gang. Hey guys, it's Shane Spiel.
I want to talk to the builders out there. You builders, you guys are making unusual instruments and you are selling them to people. I want to challenge you to challenge them. Now, suppose you're making something like this Shovelcaster guitar. If you haven't seen, I did post a review on it in the video section of cigarboxnation.com. Suppose you're making a shovel guitar like this and you sell it to a musician. What do you tell him? Do you tell him, oh, it's going to be a great gimmick, make a video and just make it into some sort of gimmick? Or what if you handed this shovel guitar to a musician and said, I dare you to learn an old coal mining song on this? Or I dare you to learn Crying Sam Collins' song, Gravedigger's Blues. It's more than just making a guitar and selling it to somebody. It's almost like building in songs within the guitar. Now, I also just posted a video review on Cigar Box Nation of this. And this is Swamp Witch made this for me. This was a very special gift. And this is a tribute to Weesay's oil can guitar, the one I recently got tattooed after he passed away. And when I got it, you know, Swamp Witch sent it and he tuned it to open G. Well, once I got it, being that this is a Weesay guitar and it has that African tradition feel to it, in this case it's an open A major. Why am I messing this up now? Now that I have this guitar, even though this is, for all intents and purposes, this guitar is the same as any other cigar box guitar. It's a stick through wood. In this case, this is solid, and Swamp Witch has a mini humbucker hidden in there. So I could just get this, tune it to open G, and go out and do my usual show. Or I could take the challenge and say there are songs within this one guitar that are not in that one, that are not in the shovel. And how do I approach African music? And I would want to use this to do it. So if you're a builder, as you're building your guitars, do you ever like come up with the legend behind how that guitar got there, why you use certain parts? Learn to tell that to the people that buy your guitars. And then suggest songs to them, or at least styles of songs. Suppose you make a guitar out of an axe. You know, when you sell it to somebody or give it to somebody, challenge them to do murder ballads on it, like axe killing murder ballads or something. So that's what I got for you guys. If you haven't seen it yet, on my YouTube channel, I've started a new gear review page. Not to worry, I always post those videos over at Cigar Box Nation. If you're on YouTube, you can find me at youtube.com/Shane Spiel. So, for the Gitty Gang, my name is Shane Spiel. You guys have a great weekend. I am performing in Frederick, Maryland on Saturday at Milk House Brewery. And one of the brewers there is Harry Harn of Crockbite Guitars, who's also a killer cigar box guitar builder. Alright, build some stories into your guitars and let the guitarists who buy them off of you know about that story. Thanks, my name's Shane. Bye.
Well, thank you, Shane, for that. Those are a couple of really cool instruments there. That shovel guitar, he really makes that thing sing. And it's I was actually down in Pennsylvania with Shane a couple of weeks ago and he showed it to me. I was like, this is a serious implement. I don't know if he mentions it, but I have a personal view that never play an instrument you can't fight your way out of a dark alley with. And that shovel, I've got an old pickaxe at home that my grandpa gave me. Well, not a pickaxe, it's a miner's pick, the double-headed pick. I was thinking that might need to be turned into something. I don't think anybody's built a pick guitar. Yeah, they probably have. They've done everything. But and then the We Say tribute from Anonymous pick of Cigar Box Nation. That was a beautiful, touching tribute guitar there. So again, thank you, Shane, for that. Now that we're into the second half of today's show, or the fourth third, or the fifth third, or the second...
Some fraction.
2/5 of a full load here. 3 sheehees to the wind, or something. Anyway, it's the Oh Brother Where Art Thou segment, where we're going to do 3 songs that either were in the movie or by God should have been. So,
here we go.
And you recognize this first one. Sing along if you know it. It's got some high notes. In constant sorrow all through his days, I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my days. I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the place where I was born and raised, the place where he was born and raised. For 6 long years I've been in trouble, no pleasure here on earth I found. For in this world I'm bound to ramble, I have no friends to help him now. He has no friends to help him now. It's fairly well, my own true lover, I never expect to see you again. For I'm bound to ride that northern railroad, perhaps I'll die upon that train. Perhaps I'll die upon that train. Well, you can bury me in some deep valley, where many years where I may lay. Then you may learn to love another while I am sleeping in my grave, while he is sleeping in his grave. Well, maybe your friends think I'm now a stranger, my face you'll never see no more. But there is one promise that is given, I'll meet you on God's golden shore. He'll meet you on God's golden shore.
I was like, oh, this is going to be
I changed the ending. Sorry.
We didn't
I don't know
rehearse
what the
that
heck's
part.
happening now.
Where are they going?
Well,
Soggy Bottom Boys, you got
Soggy
nothing
Bottom,
to worry about.
Nobody worry. That one is also, that's not a hymn. That is not in the hymnal. But we're not just doing songs from the hymnal. We're not just doing hymns this week. It's the Down Home show here. We're trying to do some of the good old songs that maybe some of us grew up with, maybe some of us have heard along the way. And that one, of course, was featured in
Oh, brother.
Oh Brother Where Art Thou, an amazing movie. It's hard to believe it's been 18 years since that came out. But that's a movie that's kind of about going home, trying to find your way home. All right, speaking of trying to find one's way home, I saw the light. Someone requested this, tablature for this on one of the Cigar Box guitar groups last week. And I just happened to have it handy, so I put it together and posted it on cigarboxguitar.com. This one is also not in the hymnal because this was written by none other than Hank Williams.
Hank Williams.
Not all that long ago. And it is still under copyright. What you got, Nick?
Sorry, I'm just thinking of our Blues Brothers. This ain't no Hank Williams song.
You know Turkey in the Straw? I want to hear Turkey in the Straw. I don't know Turkey in the Straw.
Quoting movies is a boy thing, sorry.
That's it. That's it.
All right. I Saw the Light in the key of G. A little bit of Hank. Oh, we got a request for Down in the River to Pray. Well, you're in luck, Brian Lehman. That is on the list.
Brian.
And it turns out that it's one that we actually know. So, hey, that helps. I wandered so aimless, life filled with sin, I wouldn't let my dear Savior in. Then Jesus came like a stranger in the night. Well, praise the Lord, I saw the light. Well, I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Well, praise the Lord, I saw the light. Just like the blind man, I wandered alone. Worries and fears I claimed for my own. And like the blind man, that God gave back his sight. Well, praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Well, praise the Lord, I saw the light. Just like a fool, I wandered astray, but straight is the gate and narrow the way. Now I had traded the wrong for the right. Well, praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more light. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. But praise the Lord, I saw the light. One more time. Well, I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. But praise the Lord, I saw the light. There's an ending. We're all singing the same ending that time.
Thanks, Hank.
Yeah,
That's
thank
a beaut.
you. Easy. David Allan Coe wrote a song about Hank Williams. And, yeah. Anyway.
What was it? Remember?
Well, I started saying that, and then I couldn't remember the title.
Oh, I'm
It's like
sorry.
the
Put you right on
ghost,
the
the
spot.
ghost ride. Somebody out there knows about. He's hitchhiking, picked up on the side of the road, and in the back of the Cadillac was the tall, thin, pale man. And
Oh, yeah.
anyhow,
We should be singing a song about Hades.
it is warm in here
It's a
today.
little warm in here today.
All these lights. What are you talking about? We're on the front porch of a shack.
Front
That's
porch
it,
with the
that's
breeze blowing.
All right.
This is theater, people.
Yeah. This is real.
We need
All
some-
right.
Need some
Hey,
sweet
I'm wearing
tea.
a Charlie Refeld shirt again here today. The Tejas.
He does change his clothes throughout the week.
Sometimes, not
Maybe
often.
this is the Friday outfit.
I still got my Rusty shirt on though, and I was telling him, I put this work shirt on for the show, and then it goes back on the rack. Well, it needs to go to the washing machine a little more often. Rusty's getting a little musty, let's just say. All right. Brian Lehman says, "Believe we are method actors."
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
this is no act, Brian.
No.
This is real. All right, so here's a. We mentioned "I'll Fly Away." It's too low. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a land undone celestial shore. I'll fly away, and I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. That song written by Albert E. Brumley, and I sang you that song so that we could do this one, also by Albert E. Brumley, Rank Strangers. Now, it's a song about going home and finding things changed and different and everybody gone. I was once at an event in Los Angeles called the Muzak Rock and Roll Carnival, to which a bunch of famous people come and sing songs and play music and all sorts of stuff. And we were doing a cigar box guitar workshop there, Shane Spiel and I, and we put over 100 guitars together in a few hours, so that was awesome. But one of the acts was John Doe and Exene of the old punk band X, which apparently is a big deal. You can sum up what I know about punk music in a very small little...
Sorry about that, me too.
Yeah, but apparently they are punk royalty, and their first song, they opened with this song, and I think it might have been a cappella, and I'm standing there in that backyard in Hollywood, huge mansions all around. Beck used to live across the fence. You know, it's like, this is...
Yeah.
And here comes Rank Strangers wafting out. It's like the last thing I expected to hear out there was this old Albert E. Brumley song that I had grown up with. So that was pretty nice out there. It cut through the years. Got a request for Amazing Grace. That is on the list.
Wow, you guys are...
Yeah, somehow they know.
Have you been listening in? Are you tapping our lines? What's happening here?
All right, Rank Strangers. I wandered again to my home in the mountains, where in youth's early dawn I was happy and free. I looked for my friends, but I never could find them. I found they were all rank strangers to me. Everybody I met, seemed to be a rank stranger. No mother nor dad, not a friend could I see. They knew not my name, and I knew not their faces. I found they were all rank strangers to me. They've all moved away, said the voice of a stranger, to a beautiful home by the bright crystal sea. Some beautiful day I'll meet them in heaven, where no one will be a stranger to me. Everybody I met, seemed to be a rank stranger. No mother nor dad, not a friend could I see. They knew not my name, and I knew not their faces. I found they were all rank strangers to me. I found they were all rank strangers to me. There it is. We don't have to do that extended ending on everyone, but so far we have been. So hey, so yeah, rank strangers there. Ooh, Peace in the Valley. That was not on the list, Rick. That's a good one though. In the Garden. Richard Bowman asked for In the Garden, which for me has a special meaning. You know, a lot of these songs I learned either from or with my grandmother, Myra, who led the singing at some of the churches we went to, specifically one of them. She was the song leader or the co-song leader.
Sure.
Up there with old Hazel Salyers playing the tambourine. And I swear, Hazel was like old then, and now she's still kicking. At my grandfather's funeral, there she was. I'm like, she must be over 100. My God, she was still going strong.
Keep on going, Hazel.
Old Sister Salyers there. But a lot of these songs I learned from my grandma, and sometimes we would have singing sessions, little family singing sessions with my grandma singing, my grandpa playing harmonica, my uncle Ed strumming chords, and at that time I was probably about 13 or so, and I was taking guitar lessons, and I'd learned learning to read music, and I was trying to pick the notes, say of an old hymn, or "I'll Fly Away" was one of them that we would do, or Tennessee Waltz, or some of those old ones. And I'd be trying to pick the melody, and my uncle would be strumming, and he'd tell me, "You can never pick faster than I can strum." And by God, I would try as fast as I could. And he'd just, because when you're strumming the rhythm, playing the chords, you can just kind of go almost as fast as you need to, once you kind of get used to them. And that's really one of the hopefully the good things about the hymnal here. I have the chords in there. So even if you have no interest in picking the notes, all of these hymns have the words, the additional verses, and then the chords, and the chord forms that show you where to put your fingers to play them if you don't know. Because if you go to a session, we've all been to a lot of sessions. You guys have been going to sessions of all sorts for longer than I have. Very rarely at a session, a singing session, will you hear people picking the melody. I'll fly away, oh glory, But what you will hear is them strumming the chords, like I'm doing today. I'm playing very little melody work. I'm strumming the chords. For group singing, for group playing, that's the thing to really focus on. So, yeah, I think that's all I got. Was there more?
Well, what did that have to do with In the Garden?
In the Garden
was
was...
sing in the garden.
I'm not.
Okay.
It was one of my favorite hymns to hear my grandma sing. I would request, because she was a beautiful singer, and a request for her to sing In the Garden. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses. It's in this hymnal. I could look it up and play it, but I'm not gonna. But thank you for that request. It's a beautiful song. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Beautiful. Love this. All right. That's not the one. Did we do all three of our
We did.
Brother Where Art Thou? All right. So we're on to the third half of today's show, folks. I did not make that joke up, but by God, I do love it. That and major disappointment. Major disappointment. Those are my two jokes that I can tell on air, because all the other ones are...
Those are your two jokes?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. All right, so here's the little video that Kim and I put together the other day about these Dale Vigent handmade hand drums, and Kim has actually been trying to show me how to play them in the Irish boron style.
Yes.
It looks like a real
Well, that's
I
real.
mean, that's I'm sure
It's
it is.
cow.
That's
but I just
cow, yeah.
There you go.
And you kind of flip your hand around.
So, if,
You're
if
supposed
just
to, you're
tuning in-
supposed to mute it.
No. If I play an Irish hand drum, so
She can actually do it.
so this is a tipper, and what I was teaching him was how to play it as if it was a bowron. It does not need to be played as a bowron.
No, hand drum
I've
style.
been playing it with but I have been learning a lot about the way to play it. You don't have to play it in here. It's more of a rim situation. So, but anyway, but with the tipper, yes. But
Wicked tipper.
I was showing him, and there were things he did not know. We used to play in a band together, and there were things he did not know.
As
after all these
recently
years.
as St. Patrick's Day we did.
Right.
And I asked her, well, you'll see, I think I left that clip in here. Oh, you sing while you're drumming? And she looks at me like, what are you talking
All
about?
these years you've
All
been
these
playing
years.
it, yeah.
Like,
That's
well,
okay,
I'm
though.
focused. I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway, here's the video we did. Hope you enjoy it. Both of these frame drums are still available. I just listed them yesterday. Yeah, so here you go. Take just a few minutes to show you these new frame drums that we're offering here at CB Gitty. Pretty excited about them because these are actually built and handcrafted by our very own Dale Vigent, who works out in the Gitty shop part-time but is also, in his other time, a master drum maker. He's been drumming and building drums for years, and he is making these hand drums. Drums can be used for all sorts of purposes. You'll see Kim Starling playing them in the Irish style, like an Irish bouleron would be played. Did I say it right?
Sort of.
Yeah, close enough. So she's using what's called a tipper to play it in the Irish style. They can also be used in more, you can play them just with your hands.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rollin' round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But the train keeps rollin' on down to San Antone.
This is natural cowhide. This is actual cowhide on here, which, being a natural substance, it changes with the humidity in the air. So on a drier day it'll be tighter, on a more humid day it'll loosen up. It's also tunable. You can see these lacings that actually hold the head onto the body of the drum. Well, the tightness of these lacings can be adjusted. You can loosen them up to get kind of a lower sound. So we're offering these frame drums that you see here, and there will be more finished and ready to play. They can be used for drumming circles. If you've ever been in a drumming circle, you know how awesome and powerful of a event that is. They can be used just for personal drumming. They can use, as Kim has shown, for Irish style drumming. For people use them for healing purposes and meditational purposes and team building exercises. Actually, all sorts of good stuff can be done with a drum, and you know, handmade in the USA by a master craftsman. That's pretty special stuff. We're offering these frame drums fully built and ready to play. We are also going to soon be offering a kit version so that you can build your own frame drum.
DIY.
It looks off at this lacing. It's called a molly weave, I believe is the term.
Yes, molly weave.
This lashing here on the side is something that Dale has come up with to hold that skin on there. So there's all sorts of drum innovation going on here. And it looks a lot harder than it is. We'll have full instructions. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm excited to be expanding the line a little bit of what we do here at CB Gitty and having these cool drums handmade right upstairs in Dale's drum shop. We've got the two available right now that you saw in the video for $59.99 for a handmade professional master drum maker built frame or hand drum. And we're also, the next step, we want to have a kit where you can make your own at home. It comes with the skin pre-punched and all of that. We'll show you how to do the molly weave lacing, and it's going to be a cool thing. So everybody, I think, needs a hand drum. All right, so we've had a couple of requests, Tyler Foss, for one that happens to be a specialty, a highlight of the Bradigan, which is the band that I used to be in. These two still are. Irish and folk band. I think that's the key we do it in.
Sounds great.
All right.
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, mothers, let's go down, let's go down, come on down, come on, mothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, fathers, let's go down, let's go down, come on down, come on, fathers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down, let's go down, come on down, come on, sisters, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, let's go down, come on down, come on, brothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray.
Yeah. There you go. Good work, Tyler.
That's usually our. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
usually
you,
our
man.
warm-up song, actually.
Usually
Our
a cappella. I
vocal
threw a
sound
little,
check, yes.
little hobo fiddle in there just to
That's
round it out a
wonderful.
little
I
bit.
love
But, so this hymnal that one is in, we're singing out of.
Right there.
All of these songs
Beautiful.
are arranged for 3-string open G GDG cigar box guitars, which in my opinion is the standard.
Tell me about the cover.
Let's talk about the cover. I designed this cover amongst pretty much every other task associated with this book. But the things in this cover, we should have had a graphic ready to pop up on the screen, but
That's okay.
yeah, why not? I'll come forward a little
Oh,
bit.
there you go.
Yeah, why not? Just approach the camera. So on this cover, we've got my grandpa's Bible that was given to him when he graduated high school back in 1944, given to him by his parents. The mic's behind me now. His parents, my great-grandparents. The hymnal and little book there is my grandmother's hymnal and her little handwritten songbook that she would use when leading the songs in the church. So set up here on the juke stage, of course, with the Brick House cigar box guitar that's back there behind me, or to my side. So a bunch of meaningful stuff on the cover of this hymnal.
What are we doing now?
I don't know. What are we doing now? Oh, another Tyler Foss. This is the Tyler Foss half of the show, the third half. Who are you people?
Who are we?
What are you doing in my living room?
What's my name?
I smell
What's
cinnamon.
my name? Little girl. Oh,
Children, go where I send them.
This is another song we do in the band at Christmas time.
Well, some sing this as a Christmas song, and it's a good one for that. But it's another African American spiritual of long pedigree or long history. It's cool for Christmas because it's kind of like the 12 Days of Christmas in that it's an accumulative song. Each verse adds on to the previous ones, and you do them all and get all tongue-tied, and it's awesome. In D. See, I made a note.
Beautiful.
Keep D, folks.
Yep, ready?
I'm ready. You go.
Okay.
I'm going to follow you.
All right. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee one by one for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 2 by 2, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 3 by 3, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 4 by 4, 4 for the gospel writers, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 5 by 5, 5 for the 5 that couldn't stay alive, 4 for the gospel preachers, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 6 by 6, 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the 5 that couldn't stay alive, 4 for the gospel preachers, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 7 by 7, 7 for the 7 that never got to heaven, and 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the 5 that couldn't stay alive, 4 for the gospel preachers, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 8 by 8, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, 7 for the 7 that never got to heaven, and 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the 5 that couldn't stay alive, 4 for the gospel preachers, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 9 by 9, 9 for the 9 all dressed so fine, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, 7 for the 7 that never got to heaven, and 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the 5 that couldn't stay alive, 4 for the gospel preachers, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 10 by 10, 10 for the 10 truck, and 9 for the 9 all dressed so fine, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, 7 for the 7 that never got to heaven, and 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the 5 that couldn't stay alive, 4 for the gospel preachers, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem.
2 more to go.
Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee 11 by 11, 11 for the 11 left riders, 10 for the 10 cup banners, 9 for the 9 all dressed so fine, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, 7 for the 7 that never got to heaven, 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the 5 that couldn't stay alive, 4 for the gospel preachers, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby. Baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? Well, I'm gonna send thee 12 by 12, 12 for the 12 apostles, 11 for the 11 riders, 10 for the 10 companions, 9 for the 9 all dressed so fine, 8 for the 8 that stood at the in
I'm
that
gonna
song?
give you a little insight into the band. I yell a lot.
Here's what you need to know.
That the only way the person singing harmony, which is usually me, can sing the
Because
harmony
she actually can
is
sing
if
the harmony.
someone carries the melody.
Yeah.
So there was apparently a loss in transmission somewhere in the half of that. So
Yeah, I lost it.
We lost it on the iPad. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Sorry about
We
that.
both
I
looked down
back
about
up,
the same
so-
time. I was like,
Like,
we may be doing this for ourselves.
Well, I was still streaming, so it'll be interesting to see what happened at the end of it. So
Yeah, well, hopefully something.
If you've been having a lot of problems,
Lot
it
of
will
problems.
be rebroadcast.
Will it?
right after.
Yeah, right
Are you
after
doing
it
a
goes.
local record of this one?
I am not. Uh-oh.
Well, so what Facebook gets
Well,
is what we got. folks.
Actually, we do. There is a recording that is stored every time we stream. So.
That's true.
You'll
Yeah,
be able to watch it. It's all good.
everything's fine. There's no
It's
trouble.
fine.
Just another thing I forget to hit record.
Angel Band. We're gonna do Angel Band now.
Whatever you miss, it was meant to be missed.
Yeah. I tell you that last one, it gets longer every time we do it.
No
doesn't
kidding.
it?
There's a lot of words in that song.
At one point, I had myself convinced it only goes up to 10, and then I was like, oh no, it goes up to 12.
All the way to 12.
That was fun. This is. I'm getting the hang of this.
I like that. I like all this stuff.
Getting the
It's
hang of
wonderful
this.
stuff here.
This only arrived to us a few days ago, so.
What?
My,
2 days ago, yeah.
My being not a very good drummer, as you've seen on other broadcasts, I'm not great, and I'm not saying that to be humble. There are amazing power run players that would blow you away, so I'm really not being just humble.
Some of them will let you know.
But this has been a lot of fun to learn how to sort of get different sounds out of, and so it's been fun.
Brian Lehman is now talking about Green Grow the Rushes, though. Do you know that one?
Oh.
I don't know that
I don't
as
know
well
it-
as I.
I don't know it
I,
cool.
I'll work on it. But
That's a
I-
beautiful song. That's
it
a
is.
Scottish one. I
It
think.
is. It's a beautiful song.
We
Yeah.
should do a
It's
Scottish.
a Robbie Burns. That's a Robbie Burns poem, I believe.
Ah.
His birthday already passed, right? Wasn't that February?
Yeah.
So next year we'll do a Robbie Burns broadcast.
Will we?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. we did a Burns night or Burns birthday
You get haggis too.
gig. Well, we did a gig over. It was like a gathering of all sorts of Scottish people. And they served haggis. They rolled out the haggis and the pipes piped, and we sang and played.
We were an Irish band, faking our way through a lot of Scottish songs, but most of them didn't seem to mind.
I have more Scottish. Honestly, I have more Scottish in my ancestry than I do Irish.
It's okay.
Anyway,
Patrick has a good deal of it.
Yeah.
He's pretty Irish.
he'll tell you.
He's 50-50, maybe more.
All right, Angel Band. This is another one I think that was in No Brother Where Art Thou. Ralph Stanley Brothers
Was
did
indeed.
a lovely
Yep.
version of this. We'll try to do it a little bit of justice here. My latest sun is sinking fast. My race is nearly run. My strongest trials now are past. My triumph has begun. Oh, come, angel band, come and around me stand. Oh, bear me away on your snow-white wings till my immortal home. Oh, bear me away on your snow-white wings to my immortal home. I know I'm near the holy ranks of friends and kindred dear. I hear the waves on Jordan's banks. The crossing must be near. Oh, come, angel band, come
me home. My spirit loudly sings. The holy ones, behold, they come. I hear the sound of wings. Oh, come, angel band, come and around me stand. Oh, bear me away on your snow white wings to my immortal home. Oh, bear me away on your snow white wings to my immortal home. Oh, bear my longing heart to him who bled and died for me, whose blood now cleanses from all sins and gives me victory. Oh, come, angel band, come and around me stand. Oh, bear me away on your snow white wings to my immortal home. Oh, bear me away on your snow white wings to my immortal home.
Was anybody holding the melody on that last note?
No, but
I think we were
we
all
found
three
each
humming
other.
that.
That's all that
more or less
matters.
It worked. It worked. Well, thank you for sticking with us today, folks. I
Yes.
know the connection has
Thank
been
you very
spotty, but
much.
by God, we're
Frustrating.
charging,
Thank you.
charging blindly through.
There are solar flares today, so that can affect
Solar
quite
flares?
a few things.
Oh,
Really?
And we
Mercury
won't say that, you know,
retrograde.
we know what
Solar
date it is.
flares. It's Friday the
Friday the
13th.
13th.
Folks, oh, jeez.
We were trying not to
Yeah,
give
we
that
weren't
any-
gonna say it.
give
Now
that
here
any
we are.
strength,
Now
but
look what
let
you
it
did.
out of the let that out of the bag.
Wow, solar flares.
Solar flares,
That could be it. Is it
Yeah.
like a big one? A big poof of
big Corona thing.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them that are.
my
going on now,
Sharona? I'll have a Corona. Did you bring
My
any with you?
too. Someone
Sharona.
say Corona? I don't even
Well,
know
if
my
you're
mic's
pouring, I'll...
That would be a fun show too.
What, Corona?
Rearranging some
I think, yeah, I think it's
Pop
some
songs?
real pop
Yeah,
songs.
sure.
I don't know anything.
all right.
All right, here's another one.
All right.
Good old hymn, I think, of the Baptist tradition. Actually, each song in this book does have a brief historical snippet. This one was written, it's In the Sweet By and By the way. It was written just after the American Civil War and quickly became a gospel standard. It has appeared in many hymnals since and been recorded by Elvis and Louis Armstrong, Johnny Cash, Dolly Parton, Willie Nelson, Loretta Lynn. Pretty much every country song ever has had
And now the Swamp Ass Band.
a... Now the Swamp Ass Ramblers. You've heard of the Soggy Bottom Boys. Well,
Well, welcome to Gitty's new band.
Old SAR's got it covered. Here we go.
Oh no.
What would the logo be? I don't know.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Be very
Maybe just a
afraid.
donkey's hair out of swamp.
There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we shall reach it afar. For the Father waits over the way to prepare us a dwelling place there. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. I don't have the page with the additional verses visible. We shall sing on that beautiful shore the melodious songs of the blessed, and our spirit shall sorrow no more, not a sigh for the blessing of rest.
the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. To our bountiful Father above, we will offer our tribute of praise for the glorious gift of His love and the blessings that follow our days. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore.
Now, one of the things about some of these older hymns that have been around forever and the melodies are well known is that they get borrowed from. People will borrow the melody and put new words to it. That is one of my favorite things. There's been a number of songwriters over the years who have done so. One that I've discovered that uses this same tune was actually written by a man named Joe Hill back in the early part of the 20th century, the early 1900s. He was a labor organizer and agitator fighting for labor rights, workers' rights. And he took this song and added some new words to it. I think he wrote it. One of them did.
Of course he did.
About the troubles that one has when trying to beg or bum food on the street. The troubles that one sometimes has with the religious people out there. So it goes a little bit like this. I won't do the whole thing. Long-haired preachers come out every night, try to tell you what's wrong and what's right. But when asked about something to eat, they will tell you in voices so sweet. You will eat by and by, in that beautiful land in the sky, way up high. Work and pray, live on hay, you'll have pie in the sky when you die. That's a lie. I learned that one from Utah Phillips, himself a labor organizer and agitator of the first rank and a former hobo singer-songwriter. So yeah, taking the old hymns and putting some new words onto them is a good old tradition.
It is a tradition indeed.
So I want to thank you again for joining us all today. I had mentioned in the original post that there would be a giveaway, and so shall there be. We will choose the winners next week. Going to give away 4 $50 gift certificates to cbgitty.com, which you could use to get yourself a copy of this brand new hymnal. But don't wait for that if you really want one, because we'll choose 4. What you got to do to be entered is publicly share this broadcast here on Facebook. You don't have to share it. It doesn't just have to be while we're live. It can be after the fact. We're hoping that the version of this that ends up archived here on Facebook does not have any, or at least not many, of the technical glitches that this live broadcast has. I hope they patch it all together. So yes, 4 $50 gift certificates to cbgitty.com, just for publicly sharing this on Facebook. So when you click the share button on this post, there's a little drop down where you choose public. That means everyone can see it, and we can see that you've shared it. So we will draw the 4 winners for that and announce them during next week's show, which will also be the triumphant return of our own Glenn T.
We
Watt.
miss you so much.
It's been
Drive
a long
safe.
week and a half with
Yes.
no GT dub.
Ugh.
All right, we got one more to do to close it out, and it's one that was requested a while back. I don't think we need the words, but just in case, turn to page,
What page?
I don't know,
16.
16 of your hymnals. Page 16 of your hymnals for our closing song. Sing it if you know it. Amazing Grace. That'll do for helping.
Okay.
Amazing grace, how sweet that saved a wretch like me, like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise. And when we've first begun,
Sing it with us if you know it.
amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you again next week.